Hello everyone, welcome to Fun Kids India presents a Principals Talk Show episode 5. A very warm welcome to all of you. Guys, today we have with us a very amazing panel. Yes, we have really amazing principals on this panel to have a discussion on a very important topic. And the topic of discussion is how can our education system help shape a future of a child? Yes, we'll be talking about such an important topic on today's episode. But before we talk about that, we would like to introduce you to our panel. Yes, firstly, we have with us Dr. Bhavna Chibbar, Principal of Laburnum Public School. Welcome, ma'am. Then we have Mrs. Vishakha, Principal Mata Rukmani Rai, RSN Secondary School, Shahabad. And then we have Dr. Jyoti Gupta, ex-principal, Shivalik International School, Dehradun. A very warm welcome to all of you. And now that I am done with the introduction of our amazing principals, I would also like to tell you that today we also have with us the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia. Yes, he is not in England today. He is here in India, especially for this episode and also for the FunKidsIndia auditions that are going on across the country. So, very warm welcome to Mr. Gagan Rana himself, the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, Rajini. Yes, it's amazing, isn't it, to be in the studio with you and with the team and talking to such an amazing principal. It's amazing. And yes, India is a very talent going on. And yeah, we are having a lovely auditions. But yeah, let's focus on Principal Talk Show. And I'm sure it's going to be an amazing session. And the topic is very nice, actually.
Yes, true.
It came from you, actually.
Yeah, because, it's a very heavy topic and also it's a bit controversial too. And we had, till the episode 4, we had very simple topics and we had discussion on very light topics and simple topics. But for the episode 5, I actually thought that we should talk about something controversial and also make Fun Kids India and Principals Talk Show a bit controversial and entertaining as well. Okay, guys, so jokes apart. So, Dr. Bhavna, I would like to start with you. So my first question to you is, as I already said, that today's topic of discussion is how does the education system help shape the future of a child, basically. So before we talk about that, my first question to you is, what are your views on our current education system that is existing in India?
A very good question, and I believe all the leaders, those who are listening, and all the students and the parents. See, there is nothing wrong in our education system. We all are having a very great system. I'm a byproduct of this education system, Dr. Jyoti, and I don't know about Gagan, but you are, Lavanya. So there is no harm in the education system. What we are seeking of, because the time is changing at a rapid rate. The technology, right now you are having the mobile in your hand. Say, you mark my word, by 2030, you will be having a quantum computer in your hand. Fine. So this is the era wherein AI has taken all the white collar job. Quantum computing is in the at the horizon. So what next? For that reason, NEP has come up with this change. Because if we will not change, my future generation will not be ready for what is required in the world. So that reform is required. There was nothing wrong in that. What was there, what is there, and what will be there. See, system processes, we need to think, we need to address the country as a whole. We can't think about that country is in Delhi only. No. We need to think a country as a whole. So all the policies need to be take care of the complete population. We are not talking about one school, two school. We're talking about millions of school in the country. So policy was good and whatever we are following is good. The thing is this, we need a change, we need a reform wherein we need to prepare our young learners for the future, or we can say this is called education 5.0. Right now, there is a version called Android new version, iPhone 15 version is there, you have to upload. So we can say this is education 5.0 because we are in the third decade of 21st century. Or you can say it at 3 to 1. So you just have to take care of that. Yes, we need to prepare, and there are some things, some policies which NEP has come out, that you have to focus on the holistic education, you need to focus on the multidisciplinary approach, interdisciplinary approach, and so on and so on. Everything, I believe, if I'll talk about NEP, then there will be another session on that only. So we all know about it. We had enough discussion. So this is all about that. Yes, the policy is there. We are ready, and being a leader, it's our philosophy, is our say kind of far-sightedness, wherein we can implement all these policies in a right manner. Policies are always good, Lavanya. Let me tell you, policies are always good. It is all about the implementation.
Right.
Fine. Your mom must have told you that, better, you don't have to go to, you have to come home early. Policy is correct that you have to come home early. But, Mama, no, I have a party. I will be late tonight. So, implementation is not there.
Okay. I think we are getting what you're trying to say. You basically are saying that we have to change with time, and the education system that we are having right now is absolutely, it's a great education system that is existing right now, but we need to have a few changes here and there with the time changing. And
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great answer. So coming to you, Dr. Jyoti. So Dr. Jyoti, what are your views on this question? What do you think about the education system that is existing right now?
Well, good evening, everybody. I would love to give my warm welcome to Dr. Bhavna and Mr. Gagan for having me here, and you too, beautiful host there. Okay. Now, this is a very, seek after question. And today we need to ponder on what way we are good at it, the education system we are currently running, and where we are lagging behind as well. Sometimes I wonder, yesterday there was a shocking news on television. You must have seen, and you must be aware that a 16-year-old boy, he shot his mother because she was not allowing him to play PUBG. Now that is a very, very shocking, news to hear. Even as a mother, like I also have an only son, and correlating with that incident was, it gave me shivers. So somewhere we are not imbibing the character value, or the character values, the moral values into our system. Now, whether it is associated with the education in the schools, or we are correlating it with education, the primary education which any institution, family institution gives. Now, it is lagging. Even in European countries, you must have seen every now and then. Last week also, we heard the news that 19 students were shot dead of a primary school. So it's really a tragic incident which is taking, these are the tragic parts which are taking place around the world. Now, the primary role of any, education institution is to impart, first, I think, the discipline and the moral values which we instill in our child, to think what is correct and what isn't. The very aspect of being a rational being, of being different from savages, of being children who are, aware about what they have to do and what is there in their surroundings is very important. In place of having goal-oriented, degree-oriented, education, we should have an education which instills moral values, and obviously there should be an aspiration to learn. Education is not mere getting degrees. It's a zeal of learning, an enthusiasm of taking things, absorbing knowledge from anywhere we get. I think education pattern, as Bhavna madam said, it is absolutely fabulous in India. We have been following it, and hope so, with little changes, as she said. I agree. We need to change a little bit. We'll be following it. But what we are lagging today is these, the role which moral education also plays. And somewhere in today's generation, I had been in the field of education for last 22 years. And the change which I have seen is in the moral values. It is somewhere, I'm really surprised, I'm shocked, I'm sad to say that it is declining. And as educators, as the teachers, as the role model, as the principals, it is our duty to instill these values in our pupils, in our education. And if we are unable to, stamp into their heads these things, then I think we are not doing our part correctly. So somewhere this is missing, and we need to focus on this as well. Now, this is the answer to your question. If you allow me, there are certain points which I like to raise. First is that, can I continue?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Now, when I talk about education, see, the first and foremost thing education teaches, when any child, the child is 2 years old, now we can see so many toddlers home, pre-primary schools coming up in the in the country. You can see that even very young age children, maybe they are 1.5 or even 2 years old, they are going to schools. So the primary role of education, when you talk about young children, is they learn socialization, they learn cooperation, they are imbibed, they are taught in such a way that they have holistic development, cognitive development, they have self-awareness, their character building, role is played by the teachers, and obviously moral values, like I said. So this is the primary aim, to give, education to a child. And in this, as I said, the first point is socialization and cooperation, which a child basically learns when they begin to go to the school. A young child, a very, smaller child. So, and somewhere when they learn these value of socialization, of, of cooperation, then you are giving them a very important, tool of empathy, to learn what are others thinking and what they are feeling. And this empathy is very important. So the incidents which I quoted when I started, these arise when we are not empathetic, we are not sympathetic towards others. Means you are not correlating, you are not having connections, you are not having positive connection with the people around you. A son not having positive connection with his own mother. The first teacher of our life is our mother. She is our first teacher. And if we are not able to connect to that beautiful person who is in our life, then I don't think that child will ever connect to anybody around him. So that connection somewhere, I think, is missing. And like Dr. Bhavna said, that connection is, it is dwindling or it is declining because we are more connected to the virtual world than the real world. Okay. So in today's era, we are connecting to the friends, to the people who are present with us, who are near to us virtually. But we are not connecting to the people, the real people who are surrounding us, who are always there with us, even they are in schools or they are at home, our own family member. Nowadays, you can see, even if we sit on a dining table, which is, I don't think so, many people are following, families are following, everybody sitting there in their own rooms, having lunch, breakfast, dinner. And even if we are sitting together, all of us have a mobile in our hands and we are busy in our own virtual world. We can call it virtual world. In case of children, it is gaming, it is PUBG. In case of male and female members, the senior members of our household, they are working, so they might be busy with their work. So whatever be the reason but we are distancing ourselves. We are creating this distance, which is not positive, from each other. Even we are sitting 2 feet apart, but we are not correlating with each other. So this correlation, this connection is missing, right? So that is an important point. And then I must say that we are proud to be Indians. We have created such a beautiful education system in which we focus on the holistic development of our students. Nalanda University was the first university in the world, entire world, with the students. It's somewhat everybody knows that students from all the corners of the world used to come to Nalanda University for education, right? And it was one of the biggest or the largest university. Now, what did they follow? Or even when we see our scriptures, we follow our religion. We see in religion also. We have seen that our all our gods, we call them gods, Shri Krishna, Shri Ram, they all went to Gurukuls. So there was a Gurukul Shishya Parampara. From time immemorial, we had followed Guru Shishya Parampara. And what was happening in that? The child was actually learning cooperation. When they were living away from home, they were learning cooperation. They were learning socialization. They were doing each and everything by their own hand, helping their gurus. They were having that beautiful connection with each other, right? So that needs to be, we have to bring it back. That connection that we have to bring back to our education system, which somewhere, it has been dusted. It has vanished somewhere. It has been scrutinized by, foreign invaders, I must say. I will not pick any name. We had a lot of invasions on India, and somewhere gradually, it diluted our education pattern. So that connection has to be there, which we were following from so many centuries. And I must say that the practical based learning by doing, learning by seeing, learning by listening, learning by absorbing the environment around us, that was the kind of education we were following. And that is what I think we should teach our children also. It's just not having a book in your hand, reading, cramming, repeating after a teacher. No, when you absorb, when you see, when you look the things around you, you learn from each and every object around you, every creature around you. That learning which we imbibed, our education system imbibed from time immemorial, that should come back. That should somewhere, should be absorbed by the teachers and obviously being a principal. Somewhere we need to change it, knit it ourselves into our such education pattern. So gradually, when this, the entire talk will go on, then I will share more of my views. So I would like to have another panelist talking to us. Thank you so much for giving me so much time.
Thank you so much for your answer, Dr. Jyoti. So those are some great points that you mentioned about the changes and what needs to be changed. But Dr. Bhavna, as well as you both mentioned that the current education system that we are having right now is absolutely fantastic and great, but we need to have some changes. So Dr. Bhavna, if I ask you that, let's suppose the authorities, the government is actually watching this show, let's suppose, and is listening to, to both of you, because, you are very successful principals. So if you had a chance to tell them that these are few changes that we need to have into our education, current education system, what would be those changes from your side as a principal?
Thank you for asking such a great question, Lavanya. See, this is we are talking about change, how we can shape the change in my child future's education. We just have to work on the change from the educator's perspective. If I would have been given this authority, that's what government is already doing. But the success rate of this is very less. We need to change the mindset of the educators. And you will win. You will win without. अगर कृष्णा सारथी नहीं होते अर्जुन के, तो अर्जुन नहीं जीत सकते थे. So, who is this educator will be, this set of educators will be the you say torch bearers, because we are the educators, those who have seen that age wherein we did the schooling without computers. We accepted the change, and we are struggling hard with the generation Z, those who are in and out with system only. Everything they are so used to, and this kids who are coming up, they're born with even that. So it might be possible that the kids are having birth with the mobile in their hand. So that day will also come. So this is what is there, and this is so we are the harbinger of this change. And being the leader, I take this on us because authorities are already saying there is Siksha platform, there is Swayam platform, there is n number of free portals which are giving you the complete awareness. The only problem here is the lack of how to become a self-learner. We are not ready to what we have learned. We need to unlearn and then relearn. So for that reason, if I will be having the authority, I will call all the leaders that you are being the harbinger of the change. Let's join hands, and then सबका साथ सबका विकास तभी होगा जब हम होंगे साथ, और सबको आत्मनिर्भर बनाना है. That will be the future, and I will be taking this thing very straightforward, that if I will be having that authority, that please let's join hands together. Say for example, Dr. Jyoti in her school, she's a very what's your subject, ma'am? Dr.
I
Jyoti?
am a physics teacher. Basically, I teach physics.
So she's physics teacher and I'm computer science teacher. So we will exchange. Fine. So we can exchange our idea. So that can be a power of 10. So I am not talking about कि हम पूरी दुनिया को बदल देंगे. हम अपने एरिया में लोकल से ग्लोबल जाएंगे ना. Let's combine a group of 10, and that strategy I will follow if I will be having this authority. Just select 10 schools of nearby area, exchange your thoughts, exchange your ideas. Let the principal of this school go to that school. Let physics will be taught by Jyoti and Dr. Jyoti, and I'll teach computer science in your school, or I'll take care of your IT team. I've developed my ICT curriculum. I don't have computer science books. Doesn't make sense to me कि बच्चा अभी भी यही कर रहा है कि input devices and this is. So I made my curriculum on my myself. I was a part of curriculum which has been made by CIET. So I know what are the areas where we need to work on, because we work on the skill development. That's what Miss Dr. Jyoti has said. She talked about life skills. So now all these life skills, we need to just cover this with the interdisciplinary approach. And we all can cover it very beautifully if we have this authority. We have to showcase the kind of a case studies in front of our kids, that yes, for that reason, with this interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach, we can take care of life skills, we can take care of your academic subjects, everything all together. So if I have authority, I will doing these changes. I will make a group of 10 schools, plus I'll start from local to global. So this will be my strategy. I hope I've answered your question, Lavanya.
You have, and I really hope that this video reaches the authorities and also the government, because this is these viewpoints and these thoughts are actually coming from two very successful principals. So I think we need to address this topic, and we also need to address this the viewpoints that you're suggesting in this video right now. So now I would like to come to you, Dr. Jyoti. So Dr. Jyoti, Dr. Bhavna beautifully answered her question. But if I would like to ask you that, I actually have heard this when we have a discussion about our current education system. So I've heard this from a lot of people. They say that in the current education system, because the Britishers, they gave this system to us. We did not have this. We had a set of gurukuls and our set of schools, but we did not have the convent school that we are having right now. So we always, so the current education system, it teaches the child to always say yes, always to obey the teachers, always say yes to the teachers, always do not ask the questions. But in our Indian culture, we have been always asked to ask the question, whether it's about life or whether it's about afterlife, death, whatever the question can be. You just need to ask the question. But it is said that in the current education system, we are not allowed to ask the questions. We are always allowed to obey the teachers, like I said, and say yes to everything that is written in the book. So what are your viewpoints on this question?
Thank you so much. Beautifully explained. What you were speaking was like a student, and I really loved it. The way you were asking. May I know your name? I forgot. I'm really sorry.
Rajni.
So I am not missing my students right now, because you are, you're focusing, you are presenting them, and it is beautifully asked. I know. See, when I talk about convent education, I had my earlier education is convent-based education, and I will not go absolutely. I will not say it was 100% not wanted. It was 100% strict. It was 100% failure. See, no education pattern in the world is a complete failure or a disaster. Okay, it is the way we approach, or it is the way we, instigate those values into ourselves or the system. Now that is on the individual to individual, what they are doing, how they are accepting, and how they are implementing. So whenever, likely you said, the current education system was more on convent-based education, which we were following. Why? Because for so many years, like I said, our Guru Parampara, Guru Shishya Parampara, it diluted gradually because of, so many people ruling over us. And then naturally, they had to give something of their own, which they found was good enough. And convent education did not, it was not very harmful, I must say. So I don't go against it, because I've got that education myself. And they taught me great values. I am a very disciplined person. Still, today, I am very disciplined. And obviously, my English is whatever I can speak, whatever way I can speak, I have learned from my convent education. And obviously, the teachers were very handpicked. They were chosen very nicely, and they taught us. They taught us very nicely. But the only thing is that, yes, it was more of what you said. We were not exploring what we were learning, right? Like I said in my first half of my talk, the exploration was missing. We are not exploring. We are not inspiring the other generation to learn. I was not inspired. I was not in awe, at that time. I was just taught. I was taught. I learned through the books. I crammed. I gave my, exams, and I got a degree. I got my certificates. And if I had got less marks, I used to cry. The children cry. Now they go into depression. And at our time, we did not have so much, so much pressure. Our parents never pressurized us so much for the result, for the percentage. But in today's atmosphere, oh my God, every child needs to be, getting 97, 98% marks. Each parent wants that their child should be, in the top 3 of the, league. Now, this type of pressure which we are putting on the child, somewhere they want to escape from that. And that is why they hold technology as a tool. See, why children are going towards technology? Why? Because we as parents, when we are running the schools, we as a society are putting a lot of pressure on our children. And they need an escape. And this technology becomes an escape, right? The peer group, becomes an escape. Peer is putting pressure also, because then they say, the friends say, oh, you have not played level 7. You have not played level 22. Haven't you gone to that discotheque? Haven't you explored that restaurant? Now, that is the kind of peer pressure. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have a boyfriend. I have 2, I have 3. Now, see what kind of pressure the child is into. Peer pressure, as well as parents' pressure, as well as society pressure. So where will the child go? They find refuge in technology. For an hour, they will forget everything and they are into their mobile, they are into their iPhones, if they are rich enough, or even their Androids, right? So this is an escape, this is a refuge they find into, because we are not listening to them. We have created shutters, we have put our shutters down, we are not listening to them anymore. Neither the parents, they don't have time because most of us are working. The educationalists, we also need, we need marks, we need percentage, we need limelight, that my school child, 40 of our students got 90s, okay, right? Our school's children are topper. So somewhere we are pressurizing the children a lot. And that is why we are not inspiring them to learn. That inspiration is missing, like I said. So that inspiration has to be created. Any education system you talk about, we need to have them well connected, well inspired, so they are learning to learn. That learning to learn is missing. We are just forcing them to learn. We are just, pressurizing them to learn. So first thing is that this unwanted pressure has to be removed. It has to be curtailed from a child's mind. It is hindering their growth. It is hindering their imagination. It is hindering their power of absorbing things, learning on their own. When you learn something on your own, it is for lifetime. If I'm pressurizing you to learn, it is momentary. It is for few days. The child will learn for 2-3 days, okay, a derivation of physics. You will forget it 4th day. But when you are exploring it, you are learning it by yourself with interest. It is for the lifetime, okay? So first role of education is inspiring the children to learn, making them learning how to learn, okay? Learning from their environment, not to be just mere yes masters of the teacher, like Rajni said. So that thing has to be removed. It has to be curtailed. Second thing is, see, right now I must applaud, the government. They have implemented, they have imbibed, they've started imbibing NEP, and in that we have various vocational courses coming up. So they have a lot of courses, lot of subjects to choose from. But some of the schools, yet we don't have so many educators. We don't have so many teachers to giving them vocational education. Vocational education is important. Why? Because they learn those facts. They learn those skills early. Now, if a child wants to become an engineer, right? So the basic training, the basic mindset,
Dr. Jyoti, we are not able to hear you actually. Dr. Jyoti, can you hear us?
You have to unmute.
Yeah. I think you again went on mute.
No. She need to rejoin. There must be some Wi-Fi issues.
No, I think, yes, that's fine. Leave it. Yeah, voice is not coming. Okay, let's move to Dr.
Yeah. Okay, I think there's a bit of a problem from your side. Dr. Jyoti, if you can please figure the problem out. In the meanwhile, we'll go to Dr. Bhavna. And Dr. Bhavna, I would like to ask you, the question which is the topic of discussion today. So we would like to also talk about Fun Kids India in a bit. But before that, I would like to ask you this question. So, you said that we are having a great education system in our country. So how can this education system, because there's a lot of controversy, there's always a lot of controversy revolving around the education system that is existing currently. So if I ask you, how does, because we have also seen very, very successful people, I would say world leaders who actually have come out of this education system, and we can see whether they are living in foreign countries, or whether they are CEOs, or we have the perfect example sitting next to us. He himself is a founder and CEO, and I'm very sure that he, sir, I think you must have studied in India.
Yeah, I did my 12th and engineering from India and my MBA from UK.
Right. So we have an example. So he himself have studied in this education system, and today he is the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia. So we have multiple examples. So how can this education system with few changes shape a child's future?
First of all, I must apologize for naming you Lavanya again, and you have not objected me. So Rajni, very good question. And I believe for this reason, we can help the children identify the purpose in their life first. We can change whatever change we can foresee. But firstly, we need to guide our learners that what is the, just find out just identify the purpose of their life. Then we can train our teachers to educate them in a manner that the purpose of the education meet the purpose of life of everyone. So are you just getting it that I want to have a sync between that, what is required in the life and what we are teaching them. So, and then the second step is an integration with the higher education. So what my child is learning in class 11, the child and the teacher, they both must be aware of that what is going in the college. So an integration with higher education and industry in an area wherein huge awareness is required. And thirdly, why FLN is there? We all talk about FLN because what's missing in the children is the amount of time they spend in practicing. Dr. Jyoti rightly said that right now, this generation Z, they're quite happy to be in their own self mode. This is called self mode, wherein they require only mobile in their hand. Fine. So they are missing about if you have to write, they will write LOL. Even they don't want to write complete sentences also. In answers, if the question says that you have to write 10 lines, after 5 lines, they will think that, do we need to write 5 more lines or these 5s are enough? So we need to pressurize them. No, there is a requirement that this answer has to be written in 200 words and you have to write. So what is missing in the children is the amount of the time they spend in practicing, speaking, reading, thinking, listening, and writing. It is like when you chew the food before you swallow. So we often say that, beta, just अच्छे से जबाओ, अच्छा रहेगा digestion में. So this is what we need to say, that there is no hurry-burry in learning. Atmosphere will ensure this. What is required is the help of the children for their self-paced learning. Give them the wings to fly. There is a common proverb for this is कि आप जो हैं वो there is a, you don't teach them how to eat the fish. Just teach them that how you have to catch the fish, because you're equipping themselves. Then education can be shaped only when academic skills are supplemented with the life skills in a cordial and collaborative way. I believe this statement, which I have just cruxed it in a one line, 10 minutes, Dr. Jyoti has already spoken about it. She was very much curious about life skills and all, empathy and resilience. And so this is all we need to tell. So there should be a balance. Fine. And the progressive pedagogies. Right now, the role of the teacher has changed. I believe there will be a topic, Rajani, you can have it. Is there will be a requirement of school in 2040? You can take this topic also. So progressive pedagogies are required because the role of the teacher has changed. The teacher is now curator. If you will go in your class and do, just explain them in the lecture method, students are no more interested. They'll say, ma'am, we will see a YouTube video while you are here. So we need to have a pedagogies which are progressive in nature, project-based learning, innovative technology integration, make it more creative to attract the forward-thinking youth of tomorrow. This is called design thinking. हम बात करते हैं. अटल टिंकरिंग लैब बहुत सारे schools में बनी है. So this is what we require. Then the challenge is such open thoughts to be inculcated in the minds of the faculty. We basically don't like the changes. Whenever it's history speak about it, whenever there is a change, the first thing is that everyone is opposing it. So the challenge is to such open thoughts to be inculcated in the minds of the faculty first, which is the role of the school leaders and educators like us. And this is repeated to be told at every forum to get accepted and adopted by all the stakeholders. Yes, we need to, it's the parent who has to change the minds, their mindset, every stakeholder, those who are involved in the field of education, they have to change their mindset. See, I just quote here one example. Have you ever, if I don't know you're aware of not, eagle. It's all about eagle. When they give birth to their child, they give birth to the child at a very high height, and then they throw their kid from there. So till that time, the child is going down, down, down. So they start flying. So it is all about, I can't say this is a role of the teacher. I can't say it's a role of leader. See, this is, again I say, ये मेरी 5 उंगलियां हैं. पांचों अगर हम मान लें कि ये मैनेजमेंट है, कम की जरा जो है, then parent है, leader है आपका, head of the school आप कह लीजिए, student है, और यहाँ पर teacher है. अगर ये पांचों मिलकर नहीं चलेंगे, आप कोई भी व्यवस्था में परिवर्तन नहीं ला सकते. So it is, again I'll say this line, सबका हार, सबका साथ, सबका विकास. So we have to be a harbinger of the change. So I request all the leaders through your Fun Kids channel that please come in front. Think about, not today, think about the child who is in school. Is that child is prepared for 2030, 2035, 2040? Because if the child is in nursery, you just count the years when the child is going to finish with class 12. So what we are doing, what approach we are following. So I just add few lines. I am little poetic in nature, so इजाजत है 2 लाइनें बोलने की.
इरशाद.
नहीं, हिंदी में ही है, उर्दू का नेक्स्ट टाइम. विकास के खुले आसमानों में चलो खुद को ले चलो. विकास के खुले आसमानों में चलो खुद को ले चलो. खुद भी तरक्की करो और देश आगे बढ़े. कुछ नया कर दिखाने की चाह लिए निकल पड़े हम एक नई राह लिए. That's what Fun Kids is doing. Fun and kids. That means वो कहते हैं ना, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो होगे नवाब, बनोगे नवाब, और खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब. तो फन किड्स कह रहे हैं कि पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो बनोगे आप सीईओ, बट अगर खेलोगे कूदोगे और साथ में और भी चीजें करोगे तो बनोगे नवाब. So it is like reverse. So it is all again holistic approach, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary, because the kids have an immense talent, and this is the platform wherein they will have a complete showcase. And they have, and this during this corona times, we have floated so many competitions, and even I have done it, the Fun Kids earlier also. So my students came up with very, very innovative ideas to showcase their talent. So this is what is right now the kids, they need just a window to showcase their talent, and they have the immense capability because they become a self-learner during this corona time. You just tell me one thing, who has taught you how to use your phone? I don't know which phone you have, but is there any school, is there any university wherein iPhone training has been given to you? Just tell me.
Exploration, learning by seeing.
Self-learn, just start.
Yeah, it is basically in this WhatsApp university, you can learn also. So just I again reiterate this point that we need to have a progressive approach. We need to give that kind of atmosphere wherein we can imbibe. So I follow 4S policy: Sakshar, Sanskar, Saksham and Samarth. मेरे पास बच्चा साक्षर होगा, जिसके लिए हम एजुकेशन लेने आए हैं, संस्कारी होगा, जो मैम ने बात करी लाइफ स्किल्स के लिए, सक्षम होगा, सक्षम ने बना दिया, उसको वो सिखा दिया, एंड देन समर्थ भी होगा. So we in Lebanon Public School, we believe in 4S.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful answer as well. Thank you so much for such a elaborate and amazing answer, Dr. Bhavna. So now that you have mentioned Fun Kids India, so I would like to say, you both of you said that we have an amazing. I would like to repeat it again, and I'm actually repeating it again and again, that we have an excellent education system, but we need to have changes with the coming times. We need to get with the times, so we need to have few changes here and there. So I think because of this education system only, we are able to have we are able to introduce programs like Fun Kids India to our students, to our children, and which is why I think they are also getting excited about these programs, and also they're getting excited about such talent shows so that they can showcase their talent. So and now I have with me our special guest, our founder and CEO, Mr. Gagan Rana. So he'll be giving us a small presentation on Fun Kids India Season 2. So please start, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much. Just to conclude this education system, because I have lived in India for many years. I did my bachelor's here in Delhi, and I did my engineering from Pune, and then I moved to England. I actually moved to Scotland for my MBA. So I lived in that country a lot, and in this country a lot. So education system, yes, India has got a good education system, but I think, with time it has to change.
Right.
The change is the only constant, and things need to change. So we need to be more international pros, education system. So we have to open-minded how things work and try to learn from them, and not everything good things, and try to bring back into the country. Right. Like collaboration, okay, flexibility, commitment, resilience, and be fun, be learning. All those international qualities of education systems should be in there. We have that, and with time, I think they are all increasing step by step. So that's one my quick take on this whole show. Now let's move on to the quick one. So this is the kind of thing we covered. So we're going to cover that very soon. So as you see on the screen, we have this is season 1 where Rabia Bhatia hosted this one. Now this is you hosting season 2, and we have 15 sessions. So this is our 5th episode, and we will carry on as long as we can. I think 15 we'll try to do, or 10 is our target, but we may do 15, depends. Okay, so there we are. Hey, me with Salim Merchant. So we are the grand finale judges for India's Emerging Talent. So India's Emerging Talent, this is season 2. We had done the season 1, which I'm going to take you very quickly. So this is the season 1 we had. So we are media, learning, entertainment business in a good way to work for the country. So you can see Ada Khan was the one of the judge, Delna Zirani, Soumya Chandan. Probably you all know all of these TV celebrities. And now for us, the season 2 is getting bigger and larger. So I'll just go back a little bit. Yeah, so as I mentioned, Sally Merchant is the grand finale judge with me, and we are looking for one more dancer. So we're finding them, but the Sally Merchant is coming, and then we are looking for one more, of same stature at the moment. Now, FunKids India, there's a quick whistle tour, stop tour. We are a safe digital home for kids, and we make amazing program for kids and families. And we have our own studio in here, which we're sitting at the moment. Plus, we have our own talent show, which is India's Emerging Talent Season 2 we are going on, which I mentioned. These are a few things we do. You see the Santa Claus on Delhi Road is Harley Davidson. So this is during COVID when people were suffering, children were suffering. We try to give them happiness by having Santa Claus on the bike in front place, and he's just taking around and giving sweets and presents, of course, with all hand sanitized way, in a safe way. And we make songs, and then we have the Principal Talks of Season 2, which is going on at the moment. And then we have a Principal Talent Show, which will be coming very shortly. So any of you, principal, you are interested in talent show, last time we had Season 1, it was amazing. And Season 2 is coming very shortly as well. So just be ready. And fifth one is, of course, India's Emerging Talent, which is our reality show, which covers just not India, but across the globe. Indians living in Australia, America, UK, Dubai, Canada, Germany, all. And they are participating in the current Season 2. Okay, so I mentioned this one. So these are the Season 1 pictures gallery. You can go there and visit. All that we had in Delhi is COVID safe, all nice. And now Season 2 picking off, Sally Merchant as mentioned. So these are our past things. We've been auditioning since 21st of November 2021. We started from DPSG International Ghaziabad, and then we did online. We covered NRIs, we covered Mount Litra Z School, and then we also covered Mata Rukmani School, where Divya Basingham School. We had audition in a school. A lot of talented kids in our school, and then Bareilly, Badaयूं, then Zoom again, and then Jammu. Yeah, we covered Jammu as well, which is IDRS school. We covered Dehradun, and then we had Dehradun again. Now we are looking for Mumbai and other Kolkata places. So Mumbai is fixed, which is in 31st of August, and we are looking for other one as well in the meantime. And the finale could be in August time.
August time.
Yes. So this is a quick glimpse. Anybody who is not aware, so we have three age categories: toddlers 2 to 4 years, kids 5 to 12, and teen 13 to 19. And there are three winners across these three ages. So one winner in toddlers category across the Pan India and international, second winner in kids category, and third winner at international level for the teens category. And if you need more information, it's go to FunKids.in Season 2 website. You can register there, and online audition is still going on. And Mega Mumbai is coming on 31st of July.
June.
July. Yeah,
Okay,
no, it is big one. It is a mega one. Mumbai is a hub, so we're gonna give full attention to that. But we are doing two in the middle as well. Like Lucknow, we're doing online at the moment, other places as well. Okay, these are few media coverage for our past auditions. Which is first one, top left is DPSG, and this is second in Bareilly, covered by local media, press conference, me with Astak, and then again, you can see bottom right, a child, an amazing singer from Pili he was, Satich, he sung well, and I think, yeah, he did very well, he's amazing, and then coverage in Hindustan Times, and then this is audition in DPSG, Ghaziabad, you can see me in there, and Dance Diwane finalist, and the famous actor and a dancer were judges. And then a few more media coverage in Sahabat, Haryana, and in Bareilly as well, and Badaयूं. Okay, so this is a school audition of Mount Literacy Bhim School, Naina ma'am, and from her school, I think we got 70 plus students, And I think there are a few schools in Mumbai who are saying, we'll do 500 children, so we're going to break the record. We'll say, okay, we'll see. So I think it's Seema Negi ma'am said that. We'll see, she 500 may not she give, but she will try her best. So we are doing Mumbai auditions on 31st of July, and then we'll go from there. Okay, these are contact lists. Contact us page for us. If anybody want to be in touch, please be in. And then, yeah, welcome to FunKidsIndia, and I hope that you will participate, and your Jyoti ma'am and Bhavna ma'am, your children participate in this amazing talent hunt, which is not just pan India but across the globe.
Yes, so thank you so much for the lovely presentation, sir. With that, thank you so much to Dr. Bhavna and Dr. Jyoti. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing session. And thank you for sharing such amazing views on this very important topic that we had for today's discussion. And also, I would like to tell you that, like sir mentioned, that, we are soon coming up with the Principals Talent Show, where the principals are going to showcase their talent, and the finalist kids and the basically they are going to be the judges, and they will be judging you, the IIT kids. So they will be the judge. They will be there in the judges panel, and you will be there in the contestants panel. So which is going to be really exciting. We had a really successful and amazing first season of Principals Talent Show. So we would really like you both to join on the show and make it super duper amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can I have a second? I'm so sorry, I got disconnected. Thank you, Rajni. Thank you, Mr. Gagan. Thank you, Mrs. Dr. Bhavna. I would just wind it up from my side. There's a very beautiful quote from our Reverend APJ Abdul Kalam ji. He said that dream, dream, dream. Because dream transform into thoughts, and thoughts transform into action. And that is what I think Mr. Gagan has done. He has dreamt of, connecting the schools and the children across the globe, transformed it into his thoughts, and now it has resulted in action. Right, Mr. Gagan? And we really applaud you for that. We had been associated with Fun Kids, and what you are doing is a very brilliant job, because what I said earlier, we are missing that connection. And the platforms like you, like yours, they connect the children. They bring back the children they snatch them back from the technology, which is holding them back. And they are again exploring their real world. So if you are having this dance competition, singing competition all around, I know you have it. You had it in Dehradun. We are going to have it. So you are connecting the children to the real world. And somewhere you are again imbibing those beautiful moral values to stay connected. And it's like a family festival. The parents also, get involved with the children, prepare them, the schools get involved, the principals, the teachers get involved. And this involvement brings something beautiful out of them. So you are doing a wonderful job, and we really applaud you for that. Thank you so much for having called us here. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, ma'am. It's amazing to hear these amazing words from you. Definitely, I dreamt for it, and I'll just not miss my team, who is really helpful, who helped us to come to this level. Because we started in Corona time, and Corona, what happened, right? So we still kept on, because we never stop. This is my attitude. We never stop, because virus is virus. That's fine, but we still expected the virus, understand the pros and cons, and actions accordingly. Because I'm from England, and how strict in England was in terms of precautions, strategy, management, and all that about COVID, the handling of it. So same thing I bring back to my country with my organization. We did the season 1 grand finale in Gurgaon when COVID was about to just going down, but we did it so safely. We had all the sanitization, masking. Even you came from Nainital, right?
Yeah.
I tested her actually.
Yeah.
She may spread the virus, so we tested her.
But then Rajni, I'm sorry to interrupt, but then Rajni, like she said, we have a competition of principals judged by IITians. Now that is something you are transforming. You're involving us like kids. That kind of involvement was absolutely necessary. We will feel like kids again. So I would love to participate.
Why should principals have all the fun to judge the kids? Now we should give the platform.
I would love to get involved and, again be a small child and, participate and compete. Why not?
It is going to be amazing. The season was so fun, right?
Yeah.
It was so fun, and
Now I'm thinking we missed so much. We really missed season 1.
You cannot miss this one. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So Dr. Bhavna was saying something. Yes.
No, I was just, you said, no, it was really, we have not, it's not a fun to judge. You know, when the ball, when you will be on the other side of the table, then you will came to know that how difficult it is to judge.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but one thing to bear in mind, of course, these
it
kids,
is very difficult. You need to be, have a very, sorry.
So what I'm saying, I know it's going to be difficult, but the people, the children who are going to judge you, are going to IIT top 100 for season 2. So they are the top 100 across the country and the world. They will be judging you. So it's going to be, my God, it's an amazing one. So
no,
we turn the table around because, you know, why kids always be judged by the principals? Let's give them the chance back. Let's roll
the tables are going to turn. And Dr. Bhavna, you can bring your poetic, your poetic creativity, and you can write poems.
I have so many hidden talents, Rajni. Underestimate the power of the principal.
She will pour them one by one like a cabbage. She will keep on removing the layers, right?
Yes, that's what I said. Don't underestimate the power of the principal.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. We had amazing one. People loved it.
Mr. Gagan, I would like to give one small suggestion for your also. You are doing a wonderful job. I can see you're really working hard. And like you wanted some suggestions from the principals to increase the output of the children, right? To change, bring some change. See, somewhere like I missed something. I was talking about vocational courses. Somewhere I feel rote learning has to be removed and activity-based learning has to be included. And what the groups like you are doing is that we are bringing fun-based learning into our education system now and then. So this is what you are targeting at and what you are working at, and it's absolutely fabulous. Okay, so learning-based approach should be there, practical-based approach should be there, holistic development approach should be there, moral-based. So somewhere I think that when you are doing further things with your organization, I would love to see that children are every Saturday or every once in a 15 days, you are approaching so many schools. And if the people are listening to me, many schools are listening to me, I would really request that every week, not every week, then twice a month, we need to devote 2 to 3 hours of every Saturday. Let us make Saturday a fun day for the child to come to. I see Saturdays are holidays. What happens is the child will miss Saturday and they will say that it is a weekday and they don't tend to come to schools regularly. Most of them get absent on Saturday. So Saturday should be celebrated as fun day, and we should create an atmosphere where they will try to come on Saturday. Now what they can do is tree plantation. The lot of depletion of trees are taking place. In Dehradun, you can say we are developing concrete jungles. We are not having trees anymore. No lychee ke baag, aam ke baag, says Tara is all gone. I mean, when I was a child, it was a beautiful city, beautiful place to come to. Now it's all vanishing. So tree plantation, conservation of environment, conservation of soil, which is now running. It's like a big issue globally created by Sadhguru. So conservation of soil comes with conservation of trees. So this has to be mandatory. Work service, we give them A, B, C, D grade, but I don't think the children are doing work service, SUPW anymore. It is just a grade on a paper when we give them grading. When we send NCR, the CBSE or IISc board, we send them the grade. They are not actually doing. I must raise this question. So it should be done on every Saturday. Teach one, each one. The children should go to slums. They should go to societies to teach. And that is what these small initiatives can come from your side as well. You know, we have to involve our children. We have to involve all the schools together with the educators and principals, I hope. So somewhere every Saturday when we'll get through, so we will see you more often and we'll work on it. And that will lead to nation building. Yes, we are a very prosperous and, very strong nation, and we'll be stronger with the beautiful younger generation, which is bolder, beautiful, and stronger, like Rajini. Love the way you talked, and Mr. Gagan, under your guidance. So we will hear from you more, and competition of these short sort should also be kept. How many schools planted, how many trees in how many months?
Definitely, Dr. Jyoti. I think we can do something about your suggestion, and that's a great suggestion. That what you said, we can work as a team. What are your views on this?
Because you are global, you are a global name, so why not?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what FunKids India stands for. We stand for 5 things: kids, family, fun, learning, and positivity. So these are 5 pillars of FunKids India. We don't talk about the negativity. I know there's a lot of there. Because we want to take it in a fun way, because there's no such failure. It's all about
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah?
Exploring and learn. They have to explore and then learn. Rote learning has to be. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the principals. Thank you so much for joining us. It was an amazing show, and I hope our audiences must have also enjoyed it. So we'll be back with another episode very, very soon on next Thursday. So until then, stay tuned to FunKids India.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you. Cheers.
Thank you.